Hi, I'm Yapo,
And I'm Agent 355.
and this is a goon fight. So this is going to be a little different. This is a little more relaxed, I suppose you would say.
So, two goons enter and two goons leave about 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
With guild chat on because of course.
of course everyone is watching this game that's in the guild.
Yeah, you said you can actually spectate people when
Yep.
they're playing?
You can spectate every game, uh, every ranked game, and most private games, unless you specifically set it to don't allow people to spectate.
That's one of my favorite features in games. In Dungeon Crawl and Fumble and all those online games where you can have friends spectate you play. Because it can be really fun to have a group of dudes you play with and watch each other and make fun of each other when they hit themselves.
Yeah, which is most of what we do in this game. Actually, people don't play necessarily a whole lot, um, but we do. We kind of rotate through who plays a lot, and then you kind of watch and make fun of and or help.
Hmm. So you were playing the Cyclops deck.
Yes, I am playing a very specific Cyclops deck though,
All right.
because this is a gimmick Cyclops deck. Now the gimmick is there's a Cyclops guy, and I was like trying to figure out what I was counting, I guess. But there's a Cyclops guy who's got pretty bad stat line, but he gets extra damage every time somebody dies. So if you get
Huh.
him with to have at least 6 extra damage, he becomes ridiculously good. Like over the top, game's done good.
Nice. Is he on the board yet?
No,
No.
he's the leftmost guy on the bar
Oh,
there.
got it. He looks ticked off, which is funny because apparently he's shit when you put him out.
Most of
Because
the
I guess,
Cyclops look mad, so I don't know.
yeah, that's probably pretty fair.
So there's another gimmick with this deck is all these guys are super duper cheap, and most of them actually have 5 speed, which is really bad. But I have a guy that I can put down.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the goat rider thing.
The Moga Cannon's actually really good,
It looks
believe
fantastic.
it or not. And so the guy I'm playing primitive is actually playing another super champ deck, and he is gonna use a bunch of spells on that bird guy he just put out. Because he has a spell that lets you do what's called Magnify, give him a bunch of extra HP, and then has some other stuff that will make it good too.
I was just reading the Goon chat, and I have to agree with Artifice. You only show games you win.
I showed the one I lost.
Hey, that's a cliff, right? That's where can you run a dude off that and die?
Yes, I can. And actually, I have done that on this map before with this deck
Dies.
because that one guy gets buff every time guys die. And like the guy that I have going to the top costs like 50 Nora or something. He's cheaper than most spells. So I'm just like, screw it. I need the bonus. Run him off the cliff.
I like it. So these are both kind of clowny decks.
Yes. And he's already hit the Magnify, so you'll see that guy now has 100 HP or so,
Jeez.
which is quite a bit.
It does seem like a lot, yeah. Seems like a lot of people do, kind of like 10 damage a lot of times.
Now the nice part is Cyclops have a lot of health for the most part. They're fairly buff. So here's the
Alright,
gimmick
here we
guy for
go.
mine that I just put out because I was like, all right, he's got his gimmick going. I need to get mine moving.
Oh, I didn't see the bridge. At first, I thought you were about to send the guy right off the cliff. I was like, yeah, do it.
No, as long as you got, if you're a big guy, as long as you've got at least 2 feet on or 2 of your 4 squares on solid ground, you're okay. But yeah, you can see I just did like 5 damage a hit to him there.
Yeah.
So not great. But that guy'll probably live to stand there some more,
Perfect.
even if he
And if he
doesn't.
doesn't, and if he doesn't, who cares?
Yeah, it
That's the
still
point.
helps. So it's cool. Whatever. Yeah. So the other gimmick is like that guy is supposed to be 5 speed, but he has a bonus speed as one of the upgrades. And so then the drummer guy actually makes everyone with 5 base speed faster. So I get a 7 speed guy for the price of a 5 speed guy.
Nice.
So I actually have the deck, or a very similar deck to the one that he's playing too, and I'm not sure if we're gonna show it off or if I'm gonna do it for
Gonna
in one of the goon fight things, or
another Freaky Friday.
yeah. I don't know anyone else that plays the deck that I'm playing because it's really dumb.
No, but look, that huge guy exploded and he dropped the babyest little globe. So
Yeah, because he's super duper cheap. And he actually hit one of his relics and destroyed it with that because he has an ability called artillery that does damage around. So
so of course you have to mock him relentlessly. That's not
that's
very
how this
nice.
works. I don't know if you're familiar with goons at all or not, but
You're you're not a nice person. Uh,
so I think I get the gimmick going this turn. I'm
you
not.
already got the gimmick going. You already got one death.
No, but just you, I don't know if you saw his stat line, but it's like 7 damage, 6 speed. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Now look at his stat line.
much better.
16 damage, 10 speed. He's got multi attack, which means he can attack with less AP. And so now, and he also gets extra damage for every attack he does.
Nice.
So he's going now, and hopefully he won't get killed before by that bird before he can get really going, and I can get some more stupid things going on him.
Should have run the guy off the cliff.
I don't need to now. This deck was really, really bad, and they introduced a spell called Havoc's Touch that gives your guy an extra 5 damage, just like straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So now, to get 6 damage, all you have to do is have one guy die and then cast the spell on him, and then you're good to go. Instead of trying to run everybody off the cliff and do that sort of thing. So that spell makes it harder for him to attack or use abilities or stuff because he has Shatter, and he doesn't want me to shatter his equipment. Basically, is what he just did there. But this is really dumb still.
Cyclops runt, which is funny.
Which is actually really, really good, believe it or not.
Huh.
Because he's got an ability, he's got like 4 or 5 defense, and he's got an ability that makes him take less damage from everything. And then he's got an ability called Decapitate, where if your opponent has 25% or less of health, they just die.
Oh,
So
nice.
normally it's not super great, but when your opponent has 100 health, that means you can take a pretty good chunk.
Yeah, that's like 25 damage.
Yeah. So, and it's not part of the attack chain either, so it's good stuff. The other part of this deck that I'm playing is it has 1 exotic in it and 3 rares.
What's that artifact do?
So when I put that down, it cleanses everyone in the area.
And then, well, not after it's cleansed, now it does what? Nothing?
At the start of every one of my turn, it cleanses.
Okay.
So it's actually pretty good. And so I messed up a little bit there. He cast a spell on it called Protection that lets him absorb the next damage type that he were to get. So luckily I hit him with the guy that has a Sonic first, otherwise he would absorb all the physical damage and I wouldn't be able to do shit.
And you threw a rock at him.
Of course, always throw a rock at him.
I haven't seen a rock since the first video. I missed that rock.
When in doubt, throw a rock. That's pretty much the way this works.
Worst kickoff event.
The game means best.
I actually just played a fumble the other day, and my star player got misnicknamed on the thrown rock on the opening kickoff, so I lost that game pretty horribly.
And this conversation actually works because Primitive actually plays Fumble every once in a while, so we're
Oh,
still
nice.
slightly topical. All right, and so since I hit him with a rock, he doesn't do hardly any damage, and he can't heal back up.
Oh, the rock applies some sort of debuff.
Yep, the rock
Cool.
is actually amazing because it does a bunch of damage and puts in a debuff. So, rock for president,
I I like
2016,
that
whatever the next election cycle is.
I like that one of the Cyclops artifact or things, relics, whatever you throw down, is just a green rock.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's actually one of the best relics in the game, believe it or not, because it's such a huge. There's a lot of like counter spells, but there's not very many like counter relics. There's a couple, but they're not super prevalent. So it's actually one of the better things in the game.
Nice.
So that grass he put down pacifies me. So I have to run out of the grass I hope he doesn't kill me before I can kill him back. I was like, I could go jacket, but I really need this guy around here so he can kill that thing. So the reason those two guys have the kind of vines coming up from them
Hmm.
is they have an equipment on them called barbed vine leash, which every time they move a space does 1 damage.
Oh, okay. That's in the enemy put that on you.
Yes, he has a spell that puts that on my guys. And it's kind of a huge pain in the butt.
All right. That's two Cyclops trophies that basically amount to rocks. Of course, I guess this one's got a flag on it.
Yeah, it's gussied up rocks. So
Yeah.
there's a couple of like totems that basically look like piles of rocks.
Now this seems to be going really poorly for him.
It is because he's spending. I mean, that guy is super buff though. He's got 23 damage and he can heal every time he hits somebody.
Yeah, he seems super swole, but I mean, it's still just the one guy.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about this particular gimmick that I'm playing is that even once this guy gets super duper buff, you have a bunch of really other cheap stuff to just throw out and absorb damage for him.
Hmm.
And so I don't know why he targeted that guy, but that seems like a poor choice to me because he doesn't kill him.
Hmm.
And now all of my dudes are just gonna wail on him. I love that sound effect.
What was that? I missed something here.
So that's a spell called Vertical Push, and it costs more than that champ costs.
But is it a damage spell? Is it
Yeah, it removes them from play, and then when they come falling back down to earth, they get 20 damage.
nice?
So you can see them giving him shit in chat for it because he's just
To kill a champ with 1 HP.
he's just like, I don't give a shit. So
Oh well.
yeah,
What's resource conservation? I have no idea.
yeah. So now I'm gonna go kill this guy. Pound the drum because that gives all my guys extra stats. And then actually that the runt has an ability where everyone else can give him AP and damage, which is really helpful.
Well, because he's the runt. Everyone else just used to boss him around.
And I didn't even use the good spell on this one. Just wail on him. This doesn't even get as super champ as it can. So he's down under 25 HP, so I'm just going to decapitate him.
Splort.
Yep. Done.
GG. Now he surrenders. I mean, I guess the toss up is not the worst move because he was already in a really bad spot. So who cares?
Yeah. And the problem is with that guy is you can only have one of them. I can have two of my guys out running around.
Decapitate.
Good humor, everyone, ladies and gentlemen.
It's highly complex.
And
Don't let it fool you.
now he rage quit.
Oh, cord pull. Oh man.
So I'm pretty sure I cut out the 4 minute wait time. Yep. So
You should just leave it in one day so we can just spend 4 minutes making fun of him.
no, he does that quite a lot. I have actually so there's 2v2, and we got really mad one time at a 2v2 game, and so we alternated cord pulls because we were talking on Steam, and we managed to time him out for 10 minutes because that's the max timer you get apparently.
Very nice.
But yeah, we alternated our cord pulls so that the other guys would have to wait like 10 minutes before they could finally win the game.
Coordinated rage quit. What a beacon of society you are.
Pretty much.
I love it.
But yeah, Primitive plays a bunch of just really stupid stuff for a while. It's just, yeah. But it's fun. It's fun to just take two just like dumb gimmick decks and be like, let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is funny. And Goon games are the best anyway, because even when you lose, that doesn't sting too bad.